it's me Herena, and today I wanted to make a story time video for you guys about that time where I dislocated my shoulder when I went to America for the first time in my life. So let's go. So it was in summer 2018, I think, and I decided to go for my first big trip in America all by myself, alone. Well, all by myself. I was supposed to meet a friend there, so everything was planned. My friend was like, well, I'm not going to be there the first 5 days, but don't worry, my girlfriend's mother and her cousin will be there. You will get along with them easily, no problem, don't worry about it. I was like, okay, sure. And so that's what I did. I flew to LA. I met the girlfriend's mother. She was very sweet, very welcoming. She really made me feel like I was at home. And I met the cousin, Rory. Hey Rory, if you're watching me, I'm talking about you. Coolest dude ever. We hung out a lot, but he had summer school at the same time, so we hung out when he had the time. And 5 days after I got there, he was like, well, do you want to hang out and go to the beach? I was like, yeah, sure, of course. So it was Saturday, so 5 days after I got to America for the first time in my life, we went to church, we got back home, and we started to, you know, pack everything: swimsuits, towels, that beach racket ball game thing. I don't know the name of that. We got to Laguna Beach first and we had a great time. It was the first time that we really hung out together, got to know each other a little bit better. We played in the sea, we played with the waves, we played that racket ball thing that you play on the beach. And at one point he was like, so I have some friends that are in Crystal Cove. If you want to meet them over there, we can still go to the beach for a sunset. I was like, yeah, of course, let's go. And keep in mind, I barely knew Rory at the time, and I was a total stranger. So I was like, okay, well, if you have to go, I guess I will go because I have no choice. But I was like, yeah, sure. So we went to Crystal Cove and we started to go to the beach and we walked a little bit, and then they were like, well, we're going to stay here a little bit. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to swim a little bit in the ocean. And they were like, okay, we're just going to wait for you here and play that racquetball thing. Don't know the name of that thing. So I went into the ocean. I had the best time of my life. I was like, oh my god, I can believe it. I'm so far away from home. It's my first time being so far. I was just enjoying my time. I was body surfing with the waves, and I saw one wave behind me and I was like, I'm gonna take that wave. I'm gonna make it mine. Turned out the wave tamed me because I was about to take the wave to, you know, surf the wave with my body, and I went like this. And as soon as I went like this, the wave closed on me. And as the wave closed on me, I heard a little crack in my shoulder. So I got up, I was like, that doesn't seem right. I looked at my shoulder and I was like, it looks a little bit awkward, but I'm not sure. I was not in pain. I looked at the other shoulder and I was like, this one looks okay. It feels okay. This one, I don't know if it looks okay. It feels fine, a little bit not normal, but I was not in pain, and I was like, maybe it's nothing, but I should get back to the shore. So I got back to the shore, and when I was walking out of the water, Rory was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe I think I dislocated my shoulder, but I'm not sure. He looked at it and he was like, dude, your shoulder is out. And I was like, oh no. Great. So he was like, do you need to sit down? Do you need to lay down? I was like, no, I'm fine. I don't feel any pain. I'm good. He was like, well, you need to sit down maybe a little bit so we can call the lifeguard so they can come here and see what they can do. I was like, okay. So I sat down on the sand. Rory was like, do you need me to help you lay down? I was like, okay, we can try. As soon as I started to lay down, I felt this sharp pain in my arm for like 1 second. And I was like, nope, I'm going to stay like this. I'm not going to lay down. I'm going to stay seated on the sand. And it was like, do you want me to help you put your arms like this because maybe it will help with the pain? I was like, I'm not in pain, so I guess I'm okay for now. And this random dude came and he was like, are you guys okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good, but I dislocated my shoulder. He was like, do you want me to pop it back in for you? I was like, yeah. And Rory was like, no. I was like, why not? He was like, well, I'm going to take you to the ER. And I was like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. And I was like, why? I want it back in now. He was like, well, I had a friend who dislocated his knee and he popped it back in himself, and one of the bone poked his artery and he got his leg amputated, basically. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, thank you for saving my shoulder. So the lifeguard arrived and they were like, are you guys okay? I was like, well, I'm good, but I was a little bit better 5 minutes ago. They were like, well, do you want us to call the ambulance? And Rory was like, no, I'm going to take him with my car. And they were like, okay, so we're going to drive him to the car. And Rory was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to wait for you to my car. Then there I was in the lifeguard's car, going to Rory's car. While I was with the lifeguards, they were like, well, are you okay? Do you need anything? I was like, well, I'm fine, I'm just a little bit worried. And he was like, oh yeah, no, when you have like a dislocated shoulder, it's easier for it to dislocate it in the future. I was like, no, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about volleyball. That's all I could think about. It was like, why, do you play volleyball? I was like, yeah. It was like, oh, are you a libero? I was like, no, because if you don't know, libero are the shortest one in the team, in the volleyball team, and they're like doing all the defense in the back. I was like, I know I'm short, but no, I'm not a libero. I'm one of the spikers. I have a good vertical jump. But the thing is that I'm left-handed, and this is my left shoulder that is dislocated. And I was wondering how long it will take me to, you know, recover from that injury. It was like, sorry, dude. I think it will take you like at least 3 months or something. I was like, 3 months? I don't think so. So we got to Rory's car and they were like, okay, so before you go, I just need your information so I can call the ER that you're on your way. And I was like, okay. She was like, okay, can I have your first name? I was like, yeah, Helena. And then she was like, okay, your last name? I was like, you want me to write it down for you because it's kind of long? She was like, no, I'm good. I was like, okay. Okay, so RANDRIATSIMIHOATRA. She was like, whoa, are you kidding me? I was like, no. And Marie was like, no, he's not. This is his real last name. I was like, yeah, I'm from Madagascar, so everybody has a long name over there. That's pretty normal. I was like, well, great. Okay, so you're good to go. So I thanked them, of course, and I said bye to Rory's friend, and I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. They were like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry that I ruined the night. They're like, are you joking? We're sorry that you hurt. I was like, no, we could have had like a great evening, but I ruined everything. I think they were like, this dude is out of his mind. And they're like, don't worry, it's okay, there's no problem. We're just sorry that you hurt. And I was like, thank you, but no, really, I'm sorry. They were very nice. So keep in mind that since the time I dislocated my shoulder in the sea to the time I got to Rory's car, it took us like 25 to 30 minutes. I started to feel a little bit of pain, but not too much. So we were driving and in the car I was like, Rory, I'm so sorry. He was like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry that you hurt, like his friends. I was like, no, I'm so sorry because I'm putting a lot of sand in your car. It was like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm putting a lot of sand in the car because I was covered in sand. I was half naked, just my swimsuit, covered in sand because I was sitting in the sand. And I was like, don't worry, but I will vacuum it tomorrow morning. Just put your car in front of the house and I will vacuum it tomorrow. He was like, no, don't think about that now. We need to focus on getting you to the ER. And I was like, I know, but don't worry, I'm telling you, there's no problem. I'm going to clean your car tomorrow morning. This is like, okay. After like 15 minutes of driving to the ER, I could see on the GPS that it will take us 15 to 20 minutes more to get to the ER. And I started to feel a pain in my arm that I've never felt before, and it hurt like hell. I stopped talking as soon as I started to feel that pain. Marie was like, are you okay? Stay with me. I was like, don't worry, it just hurts. Because of the pain, my English was gone. It was gone. The only thing I could say was, it hurts. My shoulder hurts. And he was like, I know, I'm sorry, I'm driving as fast as I can. I was like, I know, don't worry, you're doing your best, but it just hurts. He was driving as fast as he could, like we were taking bumps, and on every bump, so I was like, oh, my shoulder, oh. So we finally got to the ER. We went to the front desk, and there I was still half naked, just my swimsuit on. So they were like, oh, so you're here for the dislocated shoulder? I was like, yeah. They were like, okay, they called us, so we already knew that you were coming, but you have to wait in the waiting room first. I was like, okay, so how long will it take for me to get in the room for my shoulder to be back in? They're like, I don't know, but we can try to put you in like a wheelchair and put like a pillow under your arm so it can help with the pain. And I was like, I don't know, it just hurts. So they put me in a wheelchair, they took my vitals, and they were like, so do you want the pillow? And I was like, I don't know if I can move my arm, it hurts. Such a drama queen. They're like, but we can help you. I was like, okay, just try. And I was like, ah! I was in so much pain. So they put the pillow under my arm and they were like, are you okay? I was like, a little bit better, thank you. So they put me into the waiting room. I was with Rory and we waited for like 15 minutes. So the pain was like to the roof. And Rory was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, but it hurts. And it was like, I'm so sorry, dude, that you hurt. It makes me feel bad. I was like, no, don't worry, it's my fault and everything. He was like, do you want me to help you put your arm like this because it will help you with the pain? I was like, I don't know, it hurts too much. It was like, but I'm going to help you, like, trust me. And I was like, okay, try it. And I was like, I'm so scared that it's gonna hurt. It was like, don't worry. So he helped me. I finally got my arm like this and he was like, do you feel better? And I was like, oh, yeah, I actually do feel better, thank you. I was like, see, I told you you would feel better. I was like, yeah, you were right. Finally, they called me. I was like, yeah, I'm here. So they took me with the wheelchair. I got in the room with the doctor. She was like, okay, I'm going to put your shoulder back in now. I was like, hold up. Aren't you going to give me like a pill for the pain or a gas so I don't feel anything? She was like, no, it's too late. I was like, what now? It's not too late. I want like a pill. I don't want to feel the pain. And she's like, no, I can't. It's too late. I have to pop it back in now. I was like, you are not touching my arm until you give me something for the pain. She was like, I can't. It's too late. I have to pop it back in now. I was like, no. I was like, no. It went like this for like a minute. So after a minute, one of the nurse in the room, he was like, so where are you from? I was like, well, I'm from France. And he was like, oh, great. And he started to talk to me in French. I was like, oh, cool, you speak French and everything. My English was back a little bit. While we were talking, I could feel the doctor taking my arm. And I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I am not done with the conversation with that guy over there. And she was like, I need to put it back now. And I was like, okay, put it back now. And I was like, no, wait a minute, let me take a deep breath first. She was like, okay. I was like, okay, you can do it. And she took my arm and I was like, no, wait a minute. That lasted for a minute again. And at one point she was like, just take him. So the nurses just started to take my shoulder and I was like, okay, I'm good. You can do it. So she finally took my arm, she put it forward and I felt like a pop. And I'm not kidding you, as soon as I felt the pop, I was like, oh, thank you so much, I feel so much better. Everybody started to laugh in the room and I was like, thank you, I feel so much better now, can I go? She was like, no, we need to go get an x-ray so we're sure that everything is back in its original place. So the doctor asked me to keep my hand in the sling for at least 1 month, and let me tell you that sling was off after 2 days. I went back playing mini golf 2 days after that, and I went back surfing 3 weeks after that. I am not a good patient, so I went to the x-ray, and then I went to another room where there was this lady who was taking my informations for the bills, and she took me back to the waiting room, and I could see Rory at the end of the waiting room. I was like, Rory, I'm back, I'm fine. He was like, oh, great, you look better. And I was like, yeah, I feel better. He was like, yeah, I can see that because I knew you were in so much pain in the car when you stopped smiling. I was like, I know. He was like, I was surprised that you could joke with the lifeguards at the beach with your shoulder out, and in the car you just stopped laughing and smiling. I was like, yeah, I was in so much pain. It was like, yeah, I know. So I asked the lady if we could go. She was like, I just have to get the bill and give it to you so you can pay. And I was like, okay. So we waited a little bit. We took a selfie. There it is. Best time of my life. And then the lady came back and she was like, okay, so if you pay right now, it's going to be $850. And I was like, what now? I looked at her, I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, what the heck? Like, just for 2 x-rays and like a doctor just putting my arm. I was like, what is this? She's like, I'm sorry, but if you pay later, it's going to be $1,000. I was like, what? Where am I? I was looking at her and he was like, I can't do anything. And I was like, I can't do anything either. I don't know what to do. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, I can't pay right now, so I guess I'm going to pay $1,000 later. She's like, okay, so we're going to send you the bill. And I was like, great, all right, thank you. So we left. That's it. So we got back to the house and I was like, thank you so much for it. And it was like, don't worry, I got you, bro. I'm just happy that you're better now. Best way to bond with a friend is going to the ER. I still tell people that it was one of the best memories I have in America, because who can tell that they got injured with someone that they barely knew and that someone took them to the ER and stayed with them the whole process almost the whole night without complaining. So yeah, moral of the story, do not ever get sick or injured in America because it's such a ripoff. It's a scam. They're scamming you. I don't understand how the health system works over there. It just blows my mind. It's totally craptown USA. Anyway, that's the story I have for you today. I hope you really liked it. If you did, make sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and also comment down below if you have story time like this or if you have other story time that you want to share with us. I would love to read them. And also, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channel where I do cover songs. I will put the link in the description box down below. And you can also follow me on my social media. I will put the links in the description box down below. And I give you guys a big old hug and I will see you in the next video. Bye.